Have you ever taken a bite of a hot pepper and felt that incredible fiery kick? Well, it turns out you've experienced one of nature's most amazing chemical illusions. Today, we're going to break down the science behind that burn.
We've all been there, right? You're eating some tacos or maybe some spicy wings, and suddenly a wave of heat just washes over your tongue. Your eyes start to water, your nose runs, you might even break a sweat. It feels for all the world like you've just touched a hot stove. But the question is your mouth actually on fire?
The short and honestly kind of surprising answer is no, it's not. That intense burning sensation is really just a powerful illusion. Your mouth isn't actually getting hotter, at least not in a physical thermal sense. So if it's not real heat, what in the world is going on? Well, it's a brilliant bit of chemical trickery.
That feeling of hot that you get from a pepper is really just a clever deception, a chemical trick that's being played on your nervous system. There's a single type of molecule that's responsible for basically hijacking your body's temperature sensors, and it convinces your brain that you are in some serious, fiery danger. And this is our culprit. Meet capsaicin. This is the molecule that gives chili peppers their signature punch. It's totally colorless, it's odorless, and you find most of it in that white, pithy part of the pepper, where all the seeds are attached. This little guy is the key that unlocks that whole sensation of heat.
And if capsaicin is the key, then this right here is the lock. Your nerve cells are covered in these things called receptors, and one in particular is called TRPV1. You can think of it as your body's own microscopic alarm system for heat. Whenever it detects temperatures over, say, 109 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 43 Celsius, it starts screaming pain to your brain to stop you from getting burned. Okay, so let's break this down. On the left, you see what happens with real heat. The temperature physically goes up, it triggers those TRPV1 receptors, and they send a totally legitimate pain signal to your brain. Now look at the right. That's capsaicin. It doesn't raise the temperature one bit. It just so happens to be the perfect shape to pop right into that TRPV1 receptor and trigger the exact same pain signal. It's a total chemical fake-out, but to your brain, the danger feels 100% real. So this all brings up a really fascinating question, right? Why would a plant go to all the trouble of evolving such a powerful chemical weapon? I mean, it definitely wasn't trying to make our food more exciting. The answer is actually a super clever evolutionary strategy for survival.
Check this out. Mammals, like you and me, we have TRPV1 receptors that are extremely sensitive to capsaicin. We feel that burn. And our teeth, our molars, would crush and destroy the pepper seeds if we ate them, so naturally most mammals learn to stay away. But birds? Birds are a totally different story. Their version of that receptor isn't affected by capsaicin at all. They feel nothing. And since birds don't have teeth, they can eat all the peppers they want, fly off, and well, they disperse the seeds perfectly unharmed, ready to grow somewhere new. Biologist Joshua Tewksbury just summed it up perfectly. He said, it stops all the consumers you don't want, and it doesn't stop the consumers you want. It's an incredibly elegant solution, isn't it? It's like a bouncer at a club, turning away all the destructive guests, that's us, the mammals, while rolling out the red carpet for the helpful ones, the birds.
But capsaicin's job isn't even done yet. It's a multi-talented defender. Turns out, it's also a really powerful antifungal. See, when insects bite little holes in the pepper's skin, it creates an entry point for a nasty fungus that can kill the seeds. But capsaicin stops that fungus dead in its tracks, making sure the plant's precious seeds stay healthy and ready to grow. So it's a defense against both the big threats and the tiny microscopic ones.
Okay, so we know it's a chemical trick, and we know why it evolved, but how do we humans, the one mammal that's kind of weirdly decided to seek out this pain, actually measure it? Well, that's where something called the Scoville scale comes in. Just take a look at this number, 16 million. Before I tell you what this is, just let that number sink in for a second. What on earth could possibly be rated at 16 million units of heat?
This is the Scoville Heat Unit Scale, or SHU. So a bell pepper, which has 0 capsaicin, is a 0. A jalapeno, which is enough to make a lot of us sweat, is only a few thousand. A fiery habanero? That can get up into the hundreds of thousands. And that 16 million? Yeah, that's the rating for pure 100% unadulterated capsaicin. It really puts the heat of even the craziest super hot peppers into a whole new perspective.
All right, now for maybe the most practical question of the day. You've done it, you overestimated your spice tolerance, your mouth is an inferno, and you need relief like right now. What's the best way to put out those chemical flames? The answer, once again, is all about chemistry. So, a lot of people's first instinct is to chug water, but that is a big mistake. See, capsaicin is basically an oily, nonpolar molecule, and we all know oil and water don't mix. Drinking water just spreads that fiery molecule all around your mouth. Milk, on the other hand, is your absolute best friend. It has fat in it, which helps dissolve the capsaicin, but the real hero is a protein called casein. Casein acts kind of like a detergent. It grabs onto those capsaicin molecules, surrounds them, and washes them away from your nerve receptors. That's how you get real relief.
So the next time you take a bite of a spicy dish and that familiar burn starts to kick in, maybe you'll think about it a little differently. You're not just feeling pain. You're actually experiencing the result of millions of years of evolution. It's a plant's brilliant targeted defense system designed to fight off fungus and tell mammals to back off, all while giving its favorite seed-spreading birds a free lunch. It's a simple sensation that tells a really complex and fascinating story.